Hello everyone, welcome into Community Distance Reiki. I'm Danielle Stimpson of Learn Reiki Philadelphia, and I'm so glad to have you here with me today. If you are new here, go ahead and click that live chat button. Feel free to introduce yourself and set any intentions for your greater wellness and healing. We are going to start things off by building a beautiful crystal grid exactly to all of your requests. If you're watching this as a video replay and you want to skip ahead to just the Reiki, start at about the 1 hour point and look for where the lights begin to shift. And for those of you who are returning, welcome back. Thank you for your ongoing support. It means the world. So let's go ahead and dive into the grid. But first, if you want to learn anything else about my live online Reiki certification courses, if you want to schedule a one-on-one distance reading or healing session, or if you want to shop my crystal collection, go ahead over to Learn Reiki Philadelphia, which is linked in the description along with all of my social media. So let's go ahead over and start that grid. And we've got a hattie cat. And yes, my hair is still wet because no, there is absolutely no way that I am going near a blow dryer on this day. Way too hot here. Way too hot. It's 100 degrees in Philly. Nope. So let's see who we have here. Ooh, we've got a lot of folks. Let's see, Dell and Lori, it's wonderful to see you. Lots of love over to Ireland from here in Philly. Hey, you want to come up, Hattie? You want to come up? Yeah. Oh, you can hang out if you want. Even though you're warm, I'll give you a pass. Dell and Lori, it's great to see you. Violet Integration, Grace, good to see you too. Jennifer Vatsa. And Patty, wonderful to see you. Lots of love to you. Not sure if Key is with you. And Joanna, wonderful to see you also. Oh, you're giving all the purrs. Thank you. I'm sure you can hear that. Oh, the kitten purrs. Thank you for helping there. Awesome. Just Patty today. Key is working. They said it feels like 109. I think that's spot on. I think the news just said it feels like 111 or so in Philly. So yeah, that sounds spot on. Ugh. Oh, cool. You're going to see the grid on the big screen. Oh, how nice. Let me know how it looks. Hey, you. When I watch it on my big TV, and it's nice. My TV is big to me. No one else. Everyone else is like, your TV's not that big. I wouldn't even own a TV if someone hadn't gifted me one. It's like it's not a priority for me. Awesome. So let's go ahead and start building that grid. Yeah, I do hope everyone is staying cool. I just took a cold shower before I hopped on here. So Violet Integration, help with healing a broken heart, grief, moving on with grace and dignity. Absolutely. Lots of love to you, hon. Oh, somebody's making air biscuits. Oh, good stuff. Let's start. The first thing that popped into my mind as I was reading that was green onyx. Green onyx is superb for grief and sadness. It's also great for making decisions that are in alignment with your highest good, even when you're at a point where you kind of don't even want to make decisions. You're just not really feeling yourself. It helps with moving on, so very much in support of your intention. It helps with moving on despite the emotional pain you're going through, and it can also help for just full-on emotional shutdown. This is a really great stone. So let's see. Do we have all of our lights on? Yeah, we do. So this is, green onyx. Oh, Hattie is all about the cuddles. They know when I'm going live, and they're all about the cuddles right then and there. This is when they're the cuddliest. There we go. And let's see. I'm also going to add also going to bring in some malachite to help. It's no mistake that both of these stones are green and they help the heart. The heart chakra is the color green. So it's not only color that decides an affinity and how it connects with the chakra, but oftentimes there's a correlation. Malachite helps with things like inflammation and arthritis and pain for sure, and we use it for that a lot here, but it also helps with emotional pain. This is a stone that can be really supportive when it comes to things like all of the different emotions that we need to move through our heart, including grief, to help us move them through and not get stuck in that emotional pain. So it helps with moving through a really difficult time. It's also wonderful for letting go of the past because we're able to let go of that pain. And it's helpful for not just painful emotions, but also things like phobias and feeling just kind of stuck. So we'll bring in malachite. I'm just going to adjust the light here. It seems a little dim. That should hopefully make a difference. Okay, cool. So all the love in the world to you, hon. I hope you keep doing well. And Grace, your intentions are for getting out of depression, nice work environment, happiness, and self-love. Absolutely. So let's go ahead and do that. So sorry you're struggling with depression. Malachite is helpful for depression and anxiety to a point, but I'm also going to bring in aqua aura. And I mention this often, but there's no such thing as mentioning it too often. When it comes to stones, crystals, and Reiki, this is a complementary technique that helps everything and negatively impacts nothing. It doesn't have any side effects or implications or interactions that are going to be harmful with anything. With that said, it's not a replacement for anything else. So I struggle with depression too. I take meds. I do all the things I can do to help myself with it. Meditate, do Reiki, work with crystals. This is one of the crystals I work with for depression. It's aqua aura. It's not made in nature to look like this. Inside of this is a clear quartz stone, and this was processed using actually gold, and it made it this blue, and we found that it's really helpful for things like depression. So I hope that this is supportive of you. Lots of love. And let's see what else we can bring. Nice work environment, happiness, and self-love. So let's also do some sunstone. I know this is a little off focus for what you requested, but I know that you are looking for another job, and this can help you. This is a stone that helps with how we see ourselves and how we envision ourselves and our potential. This is one that helps with career advancement, moving up, moving on, being noticed and recognized for your contributions. And it also helps you stand out in like an interview type process. It also helps with opportunities in your career field, as well as fame and luck. And who doesn't want luck for sure? It helps with also marketing oneself, which in a way, whether you're a small business owner like me and you need to be out in front of people, or if you're going through those interview processes, this can really support that. So we'll go ahead and bring that in. So I hope that helps. And happiness and self-love. Let's bring in some fuchsite. This brings in a whole lot of happy and a whole lot of play. This is one that helps us to really channel that fun playtime so that we can connect to our inner child and connect to our most basic self. It's very renewing and restorative to just play only for the sake of play. So this strongly encourages self-care. It also helps with spinal alignment, sleep issues, and carpal tunnel syndrome. So we'll go ahead and bring that in. So that's fuchsite. And a nice work environment. I'm going to bring in some Dalmatian jasper for a couple reasons. One is, well, first we'll start with what it is. So this is actually black tourmaline going through jasper, and black tourmaline helps to repel and dispel any kind of negative energy. when it's going through a jasper like this, it helps to deeply clear our energy field. So if you're like kind of leaving one really toxic work environment and going somewhere else, this will help kind of keep your energy field clear as you make that transition. So it'll lighten your load a bit. Two, it can be helpful for bringing about the sense of cooperation, which is so helpful. So hopefully that intention around cooperation and people working together will help with attracting exactly what you're looking for. It's also great for things like IBS and Crohn's. It helps to break up cynicism, like when you just get to that point where you can't even take the situation seriously anymore, so you're just kind of nihilistic about it. But it's also just great for energy clearing. So I hope that this helps in all of those ways. And Grace, you absolutely deserve a good environment. You're a wonderful person. And I know Grace personally. Grace has taken my Reiki masterclass, and I can definitely say that with confidence. So all the best to you, hon. You deserve the world. Awesome. Good to see you. And Jen is next. Let me see who else has come in. Susan, I hope you are well. You and Greg and your kitties are well. Oh, okay, cool. Violet Integration, I've been meaning to reach out to you too, so that's perfect timing. Awesome. 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 So good to see you all. And Jennifer Vatsa, finding a house, love, and soul level integration. Yes, let's do it. So finding a house, I am looking for an apartment. So let's put both of our intentions out there, that we find incredible living situations that we are excited about. Like, let's put that out there. So let's go with first, I kind of want to start with some red jasper. This is very, very grounding. And I feel like because this has everything to do with the root chakra, which is basic needs, primal urges, fight or flight, all of that kind of stuff, it can really help with the grounding process when we're looking at those places. Looking for a home or an apartment or whatever it is you're looking for can be challenging, and it can also make you feel like almost like a little bit threatened, even if it's in a very small kind of way. It's still there of like, oh, where am I going to land? This is one that can help you kind of feel less unmoored and help you feel a little bit more like your basic needs are being met. It's also great for empowerment, protection, both psychic and spiritual protection, and it helps for emotional stuff as well as depression and fertility. So we'll bring that in, just helping us feel like, okay, we're not running to the next place. We're taking a deep breath and we're going to choose the best place. So we don't feel like we have to take whatever comes our way. And, oh, are you going on your way there? All right, kitty. I'm sure that Hattie will be back. Herkimer can help with what we're manifesting. This is a stone that helps us to be in the present moment, and it brings a lot of relaxation. But what's most important for this particular intention is to help with connecting to spirit, feeling like we can say what it is we need and want, and hearing spirit speak back to us saying, hey, check that out. Look at that place again. That's not for you. It helps with that quite a bit. Also helps with balancing metabolism as well as discordant energies. And it can also help with just intuition in general. And intuition's a wonderful thing to fold into looking for anything that we need, especially housing. So we'll bring this in. This will help empower the manifestation. And I'm also going to bring in tourmalinated quartz. We talked about black tourmaline being in Dalmatian jasper here. when black tourmaline goes through quartz of any color, in this case it happens to be green, it tends to break up really stuck old energy, including old like childhood energy. It can be really, really helpful when you have old childhood pain that just feels like you just can't get it to loosen for anything. It's also wonderful for finding new jobs, new gigs, new types of passive income. So this will also help with grace. And in addition, it helps with fortune, luck, and in general, it can help break up any blockages or any energy in the way that is preventing you from finding the right place and feeling at home where you're going. So this is tourmalinated quartz. It's also very protective of people who are traveling, particularly by car. So that can be helpful. And is there anything else I want to bring in? Mookaite. This is a wonderful stone for accepting change and making decisions, both of which you need to do anytime that you're moving, anytime, whether it's moving to a new home or apartment, or you're switching jobs, or you're having any kind of big transitions in your life. And I've started doing the tarot for all 12 signs, and yeah, there's a lot of decisions to be made. There's a lot of change in the air. So this can help with both of those. It's also great for digestive stuff, especially calming it down if you've got some kind of fiery stuff going on. And it's wonderful for boosting the immune system too. So we'll put some mookaite in there. Mookaite also goes by Australia jasper. But yeah, that'll help with feeling at home with this change and making the right decisions too. So all the best to you. Definitely love and soul integration we're going to bring into. Oh, you've got some good requests there. Oh, I love it. Rhodochrosite, amethyst, moonstone, kunzite. So this is amethyst. Amethyst, I'm actually going to kind of bring in two types of amethyst because I feel like someone's going to request the other one anyway. I just sort of sense it. So amethyst in general, this is a wonderful stone. Anytime we're reflecting on ourselves and making big changes and doing any kind of self-improvement, it helps to remind us like not to be quite so hard on ourselves and remember that we are headed in the right direction now. It also helps with sleeping better and with everything that you would think is in alignment with like the serenity prayer. Accepting the things we cannot change, changing the things we cannot accept, being able to tell the difference. This embodies all of those principles, so it's really helpful. Chevron amethyst helps, is sort of like in between amethyst and what I mentioned for Herkimer diamond. So this is Herkimer diamond. This is a stone, so the difference between amethyst and chevron amethyst is really in the appearance. If you look, you might see these very fine lines in some of these. There you go. Now, if these specimens were larger, you would see those being like a chevron. That helps with what's in our heart, bringing it up to spirit, opening our heart to hear what spirit is replying with. So this can be helpful for channeling, shamanic journeying, intuition, manifesting, hearing our guides, working with our guides and angels, and also tolerance of others and help with degenerative issues. So that will also be helpful for love and moving and all those things. Next, we have some rhodochrosite. Rhodochrosite helps with mother-baby bonding, and it also helps with sort of the mother-child wounds that one might have. It helps with both. It's also great for the lungs and asthma, as well as stress headaches and hey, I don't know anyone that doesn't get those from time to time. It also helps with the heart and circulation, as well as telepathy, connection with our ancestors and deceased animal companions particularly. But yeah, this is a great one for that kind of connection, doing any kind of deep healing work around childhood. It can be very helpful. Moonstone helps us to connect with, as the name would suggest, the moon. That also connects us with the tides and all the other rhythms, patterns, and cycles of nature. It also helps us to connect with deep intuition, old spirituality, like deep wisdom. Also for women's protection and safety, this is definitely great for connection with the divine feminine, any kind of well woman traditions, as well as attracting love and working with the concept of divine timing, even when divine timing isn't in alignment with our preferred timing. So we'll bring in Moonstone. Moonstone can look lots of different ways, and it is very related to Labradorite. So there we go. So there we go. And Kunzite. Kunzite is an extremely high vibrational heart stone. This is a stone that whenever I hold it, I immediately start seeing the Kuan Yin. And Kuan Yin is an ascended master. That's how I would see Kuan Yin. She's sacred in lots of forms of Buddhism and things, but she hears the sounds or the suffering of the world. This is a stone that can expand your heart center and the love you're able to hold, and it helps you to be able to accept unconditional love and see yourself as an unconditionally lovable being. So we will bring in Kunzite. Good to have you here, Jennifer, and all the best on your home hunting. Hey, Paul, good to see you. Let's see, Chris, welcome in for the first time. Obsidian and citrine, awesome. Do you have any particular preference on what type of obsidian? If you do, let me know. If not, I'll just grab one. Or you can let me know your intentions and I can pick one. Okay, awesome. But welcome in. And yeah, I'll bring in that citrine now. And I'll get everybody's request as I go through. And Susan, I'm so sorry to be reading about Dexter. Oh, let's see. Yeah, let's do some citrine and let's do some leopard skin jasper. And some jet. So citrine helps with financial abundance and financial gain. It helps with attracting material wealth and also things like basic needs. So this would definitely include things like a home, an apartment, that kind of stuff if you're looking for a car, but mostly for financial abundance. Also helps with making good decisions with the finances you currently do have. It aids with balancing logic and intuition, which is no small thing. Do not underestimate the power of that. And it helps with addictions and compulsions as well. So that is citrine. So we'll put that in here. Leopard skin jasper helps with the healing of animals. And so we work with it quite a bit here for that. It's also wonderful for attracting a soulmate, as well as anything impacting the skin and supporting coordination and balance. But yeah, this helps with healing our animal companions as well as connecting with our animal guides. So we'll bring this in. It's a really beautiful stone to connect with our animal companions. We also have some jet that I'm going to bring in. Jet is an exceptional stone for grief and also for any kind of hospice, whether that's with an animal or a human that is on their transitions towards the end of life. And I'm glad to read that Dexter's got a long time ahead with you, but I also want to help hold that space for you and Greg during this time too, and Jet can definitely help with that. This helps with, basically this is a type of fossilized wood, fossilized through intense heat, usually a volcano, and it's that quick transition that it kind of helps you through. This is also good for protection against anything that would be low vibration, bad, or even paranormal in nature. This can be very, very protective. So that is Jet. Let's see. Let's do that. Awesome. Try to even out the size of these stones here. There we go. Awesome. Okay. So all the love in the world to you and Greg too. And let's see. And Lori Curtis, we've got some Jade, Larimer, Rhodonite, Opal. Jade, Larimer, Rhodonite, Opal, Rose Quartz, Ruby. Emerald. So Jade, I'm going to have to just slide under the plate here. Actually, you know what? Let me see. I'm going to have to, I still have to look for that yellow jade bracelet that I have, because that would work well in a grid. So opal is and has always been sacred to many shamanic cultures. It helps to any type of magical work you might be doing. If you are doing good work for the healing good, and you don't want to attract the attention of anything with lower vibration or bad intentions, this will help just cloak you, keep you protected by just not making anyone aware of you. So this is a wonderful protector and deeply sacred for anyone who does good healing work. Emerald is very helpful for the upper respiratory tract and really everything that has to do with breathing. I know it's not exactly ideal breathing quality in most US cities right now, and a lot of the US and a lot of the world right now because of the heat, because of wildfire smoke and things like that. This also helps with reigniting the passions for life, as well as healing tissue and skin. And it can also help with restoring confidence about your appearance. And I don't think there's a better time for that than bathing suit season, do you? No. Larimer helps with connecting to our spiritual purpose. Anytime that we're walking our spiritual purpose, it's going to be somewhat frightening and feel like we're a bit of a spiritual pioneer, because we are. Our spiritual path isn't going to look like anyone else's. This really helps with encouraging you to follow your own path, and to also helps to separate ego from self where appropriate. So let's see, where can we place you? Let's place you in here. There we go. Ruby is wonderful for bringing in love. It's also helpful for fertility. And it's a stone that I often recommend and use pretty liberally for the courage to be yourself, as well as management and leadership skills. Ruby is beautiful. This is how it forms under the earth's surface, and it's just stunning. Yeah, this is a wonderful gift for anyone who is starting a new career or is moving up in their career. There we go. Rhodonite is helpful for the lungs, allergies, and any kind of autoimmune issues. all of which are definitely my issues too. It also helps to heal the cracks of a broken heart so that you can open your heart to love again. It's a wonderful, it's a wonderful breakup stone, and it's often just thought of as a breakup stone, but it does so much more. It's great for insecurities, and it's also a stone I definitely recommend for anyone working through the healing process from emotional abuse, which can be a lifetime effort in many cases. So rhodonite is very helpful. Rhodonite and rhodochrosite are similar in appearance often. Rhodochrosite is pink and white, where rhodonite is pink and black. There we go. Rose quartz we're all very familiar with, high vibrational stone of the heart center. This helps us to feel a bit of a sturdy foundation, making it a lot easier to let go of what no longer serves, because we feel that there is more ample love and harmony in the universe than we might notice moment to moment. It's one that reminds you that there are better things that you can invite into your life when you let go of what has been paining you. And jade, and this is actually a darker type of jade, but yeah, jade comes in a number of colors, but this is a darker green. I understand that it looks kind of bluish on a lot of your screens. Jade is superb for so many things. It's like the best well wish and balance on all levels of life. This is a stone that helps to set an intention and invite in good finances, healthy relationships, good good, strong, sturdy, healthy family, finances being good, community being good. This is an all-around harmonizing stone that helps to kind of lift the energy of everything. So we'll go ahead and bring jade in, and I'll do that by there we go. Ta-da! Awesome. Thank you for being here. It's good to have you here, Lori. Crohn's and blisters. You got it, Dell. Hey, Lisa. Catherine, good to see you. Black obsidian, you got it. Okay. Okay. And I'm just going to hop around, but I will get everyone's requests. Let me just see where I left off there. So Crohn's, Dalmatian jasper is helpful for that. I'm also going to bring in some peridot. Crohn's, Crohn's is autoimmune too. So actually there's a few stones that'll help with that, from rhodonite to Dalmatian jasper to mookite. All of those will help. But peridot is also wonderful for all kinds of different digestive issues, whether it's especially good for ones that involve like acid reflux, but Crohn's specifically is often mentioned in alignment with peridot. Also helps with supporting the friendships that help you to be your best self. It's helpful for depression and to break bad habits and kind of cycles that are worn out. So I hope that that helps. And blisters will get here. Septarian. So septarian often goes by dragon's egg, but septarian is great for muscle pain and spasms, as well as lesions and wounds on the skin, especially if they're giving a lot of trouble with healing. It helps with emotional growth and emotional healing. It helps us to deeply emotionally heal, seeing the root causes of beliefs and assumptions and behaviors and habits that we have, so we can really understand ourselves and get to know ourselves. It also helps with even feeling safe to feel vulnerable on your healing journey. So we will bring this in. But yeah, it's great for skin healing too, as is emerald. So that will definitely help there. And we'll bring in black obsidian. This helps. This is a very protective stone. It also helps with processing trauma, whether it's acute, and right now it's superb for acute trauma, but also even older trauma. As you process it, can feel very new, and this can be very helpful for both. It's also great for nervous pets. It's highly, highly protective, energetically speaking, and it can even help you through like anything that's just physically shocking to you. So that's black obsidian. We're just gonna, because I know the grid is gonna get kind of packed, I'm just gonna put the one big piece there. Okay. For Patty, we've got red tiger eye, chalcopyrite, rainbow moonstone. Lapis, Septarian we have. Fuchsite we have aquamarine and tree agate. Tree agate is sacred to Ayurveda and that's the sister science to yoga, by the way. The understanding of energy in Ayurveda, we're often very familiar with the chakras, but of course that's just one part of a very big and potentially complex system. And tree agate is thought to harmonize and balance all of the different aspects of the energy moving throughout the body, including even the smallest of the nadi, N-A-D-I in English. Those are the channels through which the energy flows. This is thought to bring harmony and balance on a physical level, regardless of where your imbalances may tend to go or lie. This is great for everyone to find balance, regardless of the nature of the imbalance. So we'll bring that in. It's a wonderful physical stone. Lapis is great for pain, inflammation, and integrity. Honest, open communication, follow through, stick-to-itiveness, all those good things. Also moving up in your career for having personal responsibility. It really helps to discourage disorganization and help you get organized. And it can also be wonderful for vertigo as well as hearing problems. So we'll go ahead and bring that in. Oop. Have to be careful with that jade under there. Rainbow moonstone is very much kind of in the middle of labradorite and moonstone. Traditionally, this stone is known as white labradorite, and if I put it towards the light, you might notice some of the similarities between labradorite. So this is a wonderful stone that embodies a little bit of both. This helps with clairvoyance, connection to spirit guides and helpers, divine communication, and any kind of divination work you might be doing. Divination work being anything from tarot to working with a pendulum, any type of asking for an answer to a question by means other than, the regular human things. It helps with all of those, but it can very much help you open and connect to your spirit guides and helpers. It very much connects with the third eye and the crown, and it's a very powerful stone for anyone that does any kind of like tarot or anything like that. There we go. Red tiger eye is probably the most protective stone I have. It helps to dispel really negative energy, especially really intentional negative energy, whether it's the mundane like bullying, being picked on, triangulation, gaslighting, toxic work environments like Grace is dealing with. And it's also great for that on the spiritual level. So psychic attack, malevolent spiritual work, all of the above. Also very helpful for manifesting finances in a hurry. And the next two, I feel like I'm still learning about. My time has been so hijacked with the move and every part of that. that I haven't been able to do as much as I want, focusing on learning about new stones. But we have chalcopyrite, which also goes by peacock ore. We can see that here. That's the actual goldish kind of pieces. The rest is clear quartz. Chalcopyrite is superb for a wide variety of things, but especially finding things that are lost and executive function, focusing, order of operations, getting things organized and together and done in a good order. That kind of thing is actually great for moving. So it's wonderful. But it's also great for getting to know about yourself and growing as a person too. There's a number of ways that this stone can be helpful. So that just scratched the surface, but I'm going to go ahead and put that here. Actually, no, I'll put it here so we can see it. This is dragon's blood stone, and you can see that it kind of is like an ox blood color. Maybe if I hold it in the camera just a little bit better. It's a little bit of an ox blood color with some green around it. It's really particularly pretty. And unfortunately, I'm going to resort to the book again on this one because Philip Permut gets it so right in the Crystal Healer Volume 2. And here I'm just going to skim the most important parts. It's great for the immune system, central nervous system, thyroid, skin, hair, and nails. It's also thought to help with preventing dehydration, and I think that those of us in Philly super appreciate that. But it's also great for relieving grief and loss, helping you see the beauty in life again, dispelling self-pity, and it's thought to also benefit matters of finance and science. So, dragon's stone or dragon's blood. Sometimes dragonstone, that term gets applied to septarian, which we saw here and here, that beautiful yellow. That often, just so you know that there's naming differences with both of those stones. So I'm going to bring this in. Beautiful. Okay. And yeah, Philip Permut has written a number of books, including one on crystal grids. If you really like crystal grids, I highly recommend it. And yeah, love his books. So happy to share that with you all. So, oh, and aquamarine for key. This is a stone that helps with fluids in the body, as well as the teeth and gums. It's exceptional for forgiveness and for sort of discouraging really petty, childish behavior. We jokingly call it the anti-Karen stone, but really this is a stone that helps people to kind of own their own behavior and not take it out on other people. It also helps with bringing about justice. So let's go ahead and bring this piece right here. There we go. So there's aquamarine. And I saw the request for sunstone. We have that out already. Ankle pain and hearing issues for your husband, Vincent. Gotcha, Del. So ankle pain and hearing issues. Oh, I think we have another cat visiting us. Hello. Hey, Gertie Magoo. Gertie Magoo, hi. How you be? How you be, little lady? Oh, don't go, girl. So let's do ankles. Hearing loss is definitely more of a lapis thing, which is in there, but I'm going to add one more to help with that, and that is sapphire. This can help with the ears as well. Sapphire is also superb for connecting with your angels and spirit guides and with mediumship and channeling. So if you do any of that kind of work, this is a very high vibrational stone that can be really helpful. Definitely make sure you have a good grounding practice when you work with it that way. It also helps with speedy justice. It helps with the thyroid as well as dementia. And it's thought to just in general help with envisioning good positive outcomes in times of change. So that can definitely help those of us who are moving or ready to move on to a different career or just a different job in our career path, as well as helping the ears. And howlite helps with all of the joints as well as the bones. So this is whether your bones don't have the density you would like, which is my case, or if you have joint pain or injury, this can be really wonderful. Howlite is also helpful on an emotional level for anger, resentment, and frustration. This is a stone that can help to take the volatility out of those particular emotions so that you can kind of think about how you want to deal with the situation at hand. Those emotions are not bad. There's not a bad emotion. Anger and resentment come about from things. They're big motivators to cause change that needs to happen. But sometimes the volatility involved in them can, kind of prevent the best possible outcome. So that can be very balancing. So all the best to your husband, Vincent. And I see labradorite and epidote. Aww. Okay. Nerve pain, gotcha. Nerve pain. Okay, so for nerve pain, joint pain too is howlite. Nerve pain, neuralgia, pink tourmaline is really helpful for that. It's also great for headache and migraine, as well as any kind of hormone issues, but particularly for women, this is a great stone for any kind of gynecologic issue, regardless of what it might be, whether it's endometriosis or just painful periods or anything else for that matter. This is really helpful. Also great for things around menopause too. This is one too for mother and baby bonding as well, and for spine injuries. So we're going to go ahead and bring that in. Whoop, there we go. Labradorite aids us in having good quality sleep. And I know a lot of us have really struggled with that recently, those of us who are intuitive for sure. So this is labradorite. It also helps in workplace harmony, so this hopefully will help Grace to some extent too. It's great for research and study and really seeing the detailed information. If you're looking through a lot of information for an error or just for one thing that's important, this is a great stone. I usually recommend it for friends and clients that do things like coding or forensic accounting or any of that kind of needle in a haystack type stuff. It's also great for clairvoyance, which is our spiritual sight. So let's go ahead and bring that in. I especially love this for sleeping, as well as amethyst. Amethyst can be a really powerful stone of helping with sleep. Okay, there we go. Epidote is also wonderful for the nervous system too. It's also a stone that I've done some pretty extensive self-work with around self-talk, like how we speak to ourselves. It helps really break up the negative way that we can speak to ourselves sometimes. If that's an issue for you, epidote, highly recommend it. Also great for illness and injury. So those of you nursing injuries, this can be really helpful. And also is thought to help support the brain and Parkinson's, as well as connection to the fairy realm. So if you feel connected to or drawn to the fairies, working with epidote can help you to affirm that relationship and deepen that connection. Awesome. Thank you for being here. And Jen, I love that your literal, the example of the literal red flags. Yeah, that's not my neighborhood either. It's like, nope, nobody, nope. Let's see. So let's see, just reading through. Goddess of 4, blue appetite, smoky. Blue appetite, smoky. We have leopard skin jasper in there. Celestite, angelite, selenite. Celestite, angelite. Selenite is a stone I always have just south of the grid. It's always there. This is a stone that helps us to deeply connect with our spirit guides and helpers. Oh, are you going? Are you going? Okay, it was good to have a visit. Thank you for visiting, Gertie. There you go. Oh, you can sleep right there. Their favorite thing is to sleep on a whole bunch of papers on the floor, so I've just given them a whole bunch of papers on the floor and heaven. That and boxes. Expensive toys, box, yes please. Kitties. So selenite, this is a stone, by the way, you never want to try to clean in water. Don't put water on it, it'll start to come apart. This is so fragile that you could actually go outside and draw on the sidewalk with it. It comes apart that quickly. It's not much harder than gypsum, which is inside drywall that we use in the US and Canada to build houses. This helps to connect with our spirit guides and helpers, and it helps to reflect and deflect all negative energy. You can use it to clear your energy field. I actually often will do something like this, and it's just super helpful. But yeah, I always keep some right here, and I'm going to go ahead and bring this little piece in. Celestite helps with connection to our angels, as well as our spirit guides and our higher self. This helps also with discerning our thoughts from our fears, from our intuitions. So if you're ever getting that like Danger Will Robinson kind of vibe and you're not sure where it's coming from, this is super helpful. Also great for all manner of physical pain because it focuses on the upper chakra, so it disconnects us a little bit from our physical experiences, making our experience with the pain a little bit diminished. And angelite, as the name would suggest, very much helps with our connection to our angels. This is what it looks like raw, and this is what it looks like tumbled. You may see it with this sort of white coating. That's how it's often found. So this also helps you to feel connected to source and spirit, reminds you that you are a divine manifestation of love. You are absolutely connected to all that is. And it helps with, it also helps with getting the most out of sound healing. So really interesting aspect about angelite. So where shall we place you? Let's go ahead and place one here. And one here. And if we have to, we'll put them off the grid later, but let's see if they can stay on the grid. Smoky quartz helps with protection, energetic protection, but also real world protection. It's thought to protect your stuff from thieves, which is wild. And it can come in as dark as almost black or as pale as almost clear, like these specimens here. This is more than just repelling energy or moving it out of your way. This actually transmutes or changes the energy that's there. It's also very, very calming. Especially if you tend towards worrying. This is a good, like, worry amulet. Let's use a slightly smaller one. Yeah, let's use this one. There we go. let's actually go ahead and put these right here so we can see them. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. And blue appetite. As funny as it is, appetite, yep, this is absolutely for helping us improve our relationship with food, as well as if we're aiming to lose weight or gain weight, whatever the case may be, however you want to shift your relationship with food, whatever that looks like to you, this is a very empowering stone to help you do just that. It's also helpful for learning your soul purpose and having the courage to walk along it and embrace it, as well as strengthening the auric field, your energy field, so that you're less inclined to take on the energy of others. It's very helpful for bringing about harmony and peace. And anytime you have to address a hostile audience, people that don't want to hear what you have to say, blue appetite is a wonderful choice alongside blue tiger eye. There we go. Awesome. Thank you for being here, Goddess of Four. And we're going to get to Chris's requests in a moment. Let me just see who else is here. Hey, Heart. I hope you're doing well. Hey, perfect timing for blue appetite and anxiety just as you joined. Lots of love. Any good stones for the Lionsgate portal? There's not a lot of energy or not a lot known in like older classic stuff. Like I tend to be trained in like the older stuff. I'm about reading all the long out of print books. The Lionsgate portal is a fairly new kind of construct for folks. So usually I feel like things like orange sunstone can be really helpful, as well as septarian, because it's very much about manifesting. Also, things like Herkimer and chevron amethyst would be really helpful for that. But there's a lot more to that whole construct of the Lionsgate portal than I'm aware of, but a lot of it is in a lot of the newer kinds of information in the healing arts, where again I'm trained more in the older stuff. So I'll continue looking into it to see more about it and what else might be helpful. But those, from my initial understanding of it, those are the ones I would first choose. Hey, Blue Sky, lots of love to you. Maritza Bell, I hope you're doing well. Oh, thanks for liking my hair. It's called I was by no means going to use a blow dryer in this heat wave. Aim to be debt-free. Love it. Hey, Bev, welcome in. I think this is the first time I've seen you. Oh, I'm so glad you appreciate me. I appreciate you too. May myself and my move be divinely guided. Thank you. I hope it is too. Thank you. Oh, Sunday was your first time at the channel. Oh, that's right. Okay, so we were asking about paying off debts. You feel you will accomplish it. I affirm that. Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you. And thank you for being here. Thanks for coming back. Keep us posted. Lots of attracting new career intentions too. Lisa, I will definitely get to your stuff too. We've got citrine in there. Let's bring in some pyrite. And thank you all for the love on my hair. It's like, I appreciate that. I'm wearing a glorified muumuu and I didn't dry my hair. I never use a blow dryer unless I can't avoid it. So this works for me, but yeah, it's just too hot for that. So let's bring in some pyrite. We put in some citrine for financial abundance, red tiger's eye as well. Pyrite can also help to call in financial abundance. The fool's gold brings in the real gold. It helps the body during Reiki to absorb the most Reiki possible, or so it's thought. It helps with fever, the lungs, as well as brain and memory, and it can be very protective while also encouraging intuition. So if you struggle with that, yes, I want to hear, but I want to have boundaries around it, Pyrite is a great choice to help you hold that space. So let's put some pyrite in there. Okay. Oh, Catherine, you went to garage sales? Oh, it's one of my favorite things to do. Maybe I'll have one before I move. That's a good idea. Okay, so Chris's request, we've got a few of them. Let's do carnelian, garnet, green aventurine. We've got moonstone, emerald, rhodochrosite, malachite, lapis, iolite, rutilated herkimer, pyrite, citrine, sapphire, apatite, and ruby. Okay, so we've got almost all of them. Iolite's another stone that can help you with weight loss if that's your intention. It's also wonderful for spiritual sight and clairvoyance. So if you are doing any kind of shamanic work or visual meditation, this can be very helpful. And it also helps any kind of intuitive sleep disturbances and with money management. So if you're manifesting money, this helps you make the best of what finances you do have. So we'll put that here to balance the angelite. Carnelian helps with attracting love, and it's great for everything having to do with the sacral chakra, all relationships and all capacities, especially the romantic ones. But this is also helpful for fertility, creativity. It's helpful for healing wounds, colds, and allergies. And it's also really helpful for fertility, sexual function, and dysfunction, and sexuality in general. So that is carnelian. Let's see, I'll place this here. Oop. Wow. Everybody's running away. There we go. There we go. Garnet is superb for organizing, for courage, for practicality, for making the most of things, especially your time. If you're looking to get more done in less time, this is the stone. It will help you find all kinds of new ways to really get out of the rut of how you do things every day to find the best way to get it done. It's also wonderful for strength and really balance and grounding in times of change. So that's helpful, especially in July and August, given what I've gotten from the Tarot for All 12 Signs that I've done for everyone. It's just woof. The Tarot for All 12 Signs will start going up as soon as this weekend, by the way, for August. Green aventurine helps with heart rhythms, as well as expanding your vision of who you are and what you can be. It helps to remind you that you've grown and changed and see yourself in a new light. It can also help with learning new skills, as well as eye problems and fertility. So let's go ahead and bring that in. Awesome. So we'll go ahead and acute digestive imbalance. Gotcha. We have a few stones for that. We have Dalmatian jasper, peridot, and mookaite, as well as, what else did I put in for digestion? I think that's it. Yeah, so those are definitely in there. Sometimes black onyx can also be helpful, which is also there, but definitely Dalmatian jasper and peridot are great for those. All the best to you. see. I love all the love you all show each other in the chat. Yes, thank you for the reminder, Patty. If you haven't hit the like button already, please consider doing so, y'all. Lisa, mom's vertigo and recovery. We've got lapis to help with vertigo, as well as leopard skin helps with balance. Recovery after a long, stressful couple of weeks, catching up with work backlog, healing of joints, and balance of energy. Yep. So we've got for joints, we have howlite for sure. I'm going to bring in bumblebee jasper for help in like that whole work backlog, kind of refocusing after the stressful time. So this is bumblebee jasper. This has high amounts of sulfur and arsenic, so definitely work with this stone carefully if you do on your own. This helps with mental focus and energy and vitality, but it also helps with decision making and empowering anything that you're manifesting. This is a stone that kind of gets you excited to dive in and get to work, and it can also help hold a really great space for collaborative work if you're working with others. It's also a stone of positivity and motivation. So I really love this stone in so many ways. So let's go ahead and I'll kind of balance the chalcopyrite with it here. So lots of love to you and to your brother and sister as well. Body pain, inflammation, and good health. Celestite and malachite for sure. Good health is tree agate. New career, absolutely. So new career, we have tourmalinated quartz in there, which is really helpful. But we're also going to bring in some chrysocolla. This encourages you to follow your spiritual purpose and make decisions that are in alignment with that as well. It can help with new methods of creativity and kind of experiencing and working with them to help you connect to what you know in your heart is your right path. And yeah, just really generally encouraging. So we'll place that here. And also we have, Larimer, which can really help with embracing your soul's path and being okay with the fact that it's not going to look like anyone else's path, as well as blue apatite, which can really help with connecting with your soul's purpose and the courage to act on it. So I hope that helps. Also, sunstone can be really helpful. That helps with connection to our highest purpose and our highest potential, but it also helps us to shine and be seen and see ourselves in a different light too. So that can help you to see yourself in somewhere that fits better. So I hope that helps. Releasing sadness and anger from family relationships. Yeah, ninja. So blood lipids. So I'm guessing cholesterol too. That would definitely be tourmalinated quartz, which is in there, and that can help with breaking up any blockages, and it's thought to really help things like that. Also for blood is hematite. Hematite was long thought to clear the blood, which was also thought to be how energy moved in the body. And yeah, this was used by everyone from the ancient Greeks to lots of other folks with this intention that it helped clear the blood. So I'm definitely going to bring this in for you. But yeah, as far as like any blockages that might be caused by things like the lipids and the buildup, that's tourmalinated quartz has a really strong affinity for that. So anxiety, sadness, and anger from family relationships. Definitely for anger is howlite, sadness, green, onyx. But I'm going to bring in mahogany obsidian. This helps us with releasing perfectionism and also releasing any need for approval, that we can feel validated within ourselves. It helps with healing skin, pain in the teeth and gums, and it's also thought helpful for carpal tunnel. But more than anything, this can also help with meeting goals. So Bev, this might help you with the goal that you've set. But this is one that can help us to let go of needing someone to say, hey, you're really good at whatever you might be. It helps us to feel more grounded within our own sense of self than needing that validation externally, or if we are not getting any kind of positive reinforcement from our family, this can help kind of release the need for it, which is sad in its own way, but it is very helpful. So I'm going to bring this in. So that is mahogany obsidian. Oh, there we go. And there we go. And knowledge and wisdom. Knowledge and wisdom, absolutely moonstone, which is here. Dell, I have garnet in there. I also have galena and sericite. Okay, so last one, and then we're going to get into the healing. So galena and sericite, we don't work with too terribly often. They have high concentrations of lead, and as such, they are not meant to be cleaned with water. Galena is cautioned against with cleaning with water for that reason. So this is galena. Pretty. This here is galena, sericite, and barite. So barite is sort of that pinkish white. Sericite are those crystals that look like clear crystals. And the galena are like the inclusions of that like gunmetal gray. Yeah, and they all come together. They're all different types of lead. In fact, if you look way back at the old lead paint ads, and it says what was it? Dutch Boy Paints had the big signs, whitest whites, most lead. Like that was a selling feature. And now in my neighborhood of West Philly, where Victorians painted everything over and over again, our soil is so contaminated, we can't grow vegetables in it anymore. We have to bring in soil for our veggie gardens. So sad. But yeah, these stones are excellent for calming and really letting go of deep sort of anxiety. I also kind of want to see what other folks say about them. But I've always used them for like anxiety, for sure. It really helps release it. Let's see if we can see what's in here. let's see what Philip Permut has to say about this, if anything. So this is Philip Permut's the Crystal Healer Volume 1. And he puts down with barite everything that I mentioned, but also mentions that it's great for eyesight, promotes communication of ideas and thoughts, motivates action, and is thought helpful for recovery and addiction. Also thought good for catharsis, spiritual connection, and finding your spiritual path in life. Ooh. So that's barite. That's the pinkish whitish. You can also find barite in like bluish colors. Yeah, there's a lot of lead pollution around. Yeah. Yeah. And let's see what else. Cerussite. Yep, lead ore. It's actually got an affiliation with Alzheimer's and Parkinson's, and I know one of you here has a mom that's struggling with one of those. Can help with tension, anxiety, introversion. That's what I'm familiar with. These are also great stones for shyness too. Yeah, and this is thought to bring wisdom and helps in homesickness, relationships, and writing. Ooh, and it's used in some ceremonies. So, and let's see if Galena is in here. Fascinating. I love that you guys have me. Yep, 96. I love that you guys have me learning more stuff. And here he puts that galena helps inflammation, boils, good for hair, veins, circulation, definitely good for ninja, good for study, helps with breaking down self-limiting ideas and beliefs, good for grounding and centering. Yeah. Thank you for having me look that up. So again, this is Philip Permut, the Crystal Healer. All of those that I just read were from Volume 1. Volume 2 was the Dragonstone, or Dragon's Blood that I read earlier. So yeah, this is cerussite, barite, and galena, all forms of lead. No direct infusions. No. I never suggest putting crystals directly in water and drinking the water because I know things about the gem industry and earth science, but also especially not that stone. So let's see. And I also have a little plastic box for that guy too. So awesome. Thank you for the awesome request, Del. That was really cool to bring that in. We've got chrysocolla in here. We've got malachite. I don't have shedakite. I do have dioptase, but it's not right here. I have to go grab that. Quantum quattro I don't have either. That sounds really cool, all of them together. But yeah, I'll get my dioptase ready to bring out again too. I found the cats playing with it, so. But I'm going to go ahead and transition into... Oh, thank you, Del. Oh, yeah. We're all learning together. Thank you. Thank you for being here. So I'm going to go ahead and explain a little bit about what Reiki is, how it works, and how to get the most out of your session today. So while I do that, if you wouldn't mind helping me lift the energy of the space that we're sharing collaboratively and the space that you have at home, head on over into chat, hit that like button if you haven't already, and in the chat, enter anything that you're grateful for that you feel comfortable sharing on YouTube. Anything at all that you're grateful for. Gratitude lifts energy super quick. So go ahead, share those things in gratitudes. I'll explain the Reiki, and then we're going to get into the healing. So thanks again for being here, everyone. I absolutely love hanging out with all of you. This is so much fun. It's hard to consider that this is part of my job, but thank you all for being here. So as I mentioned at the top of the stream, my name's Danielle Stimpson. I'm the owner of Learn Reiki Philadelphia. It's wonderful to have you here today. If you want to learn more about my live Reiki online Reiki certification courses, I teach Usui Reiki. If you want to schedule one-on-one healing or tarot reading, or if you want to shop my Reiki Charged Crystal collection, head on over to learnreikiphiladelphia.com. It's linked in the description, and it would be lovely to see you there because everything I do here, you can learn and I can teach you. Other than that, what is Reiki? Well, Reiki has become more of a catch-all term for energy healing. Specifically, I work with Usui Reiki, which is a particular technique of working with energy that was created by Mikao Usui in the early 1920s in Japan, at a time when teaching anything that could even be misunderstood as teaching religion was absolutely unacceptable. So this particular approach is very secular, yet incredibly spiritual. And for the understanding of just what energy is in relation to this technique, we're best to look at Shintoism, the indigenous spirituality of Japan, in which everyone and everything has a soul, and all of those souls are interlinked and interconnected. Reiki translates to spiritually guided soul energy, and that's exactly what it is. The energy that keeps us alive and connected, and the spiritual beings we are is thought to flow from spirit through everyone and everything else, and that our body, mind, and spirit, are working with this energy all the time to bring us to our greatest sense of balance and healing that we can achieve in that moment. Even though we're not consciously aware of it, that energy is absolutely doing its thing and our body is absolutely working with it. Today, what I'll essentially be doing is connecting to that energy and using Usui's techniques, direct more of it to you, wherever you happen to be and whenever you happen to be watching this. More on that in a moment. And that will support your body, mind, and spirit to do what they already do so well. During the session, you may feel some physical sensations. You may have emotions rise up or get released. Mentally, you may be able to process some things or even hear your subconscious. Spiritually, you may get a moment of clarity or a deep intuition. You may also have a really amazing nap, but chances are your session is going to be the exact right balance of all of those things that feels perfect for you right now. So what do you do during a session to help the Reiki or make it flow? You don't have to do anything. You can just go ahead and get comfy. Lay down, sit up, even hop on the floor and stretch a little bit or journal. Whatever feels right to you in this time is exactly the right thing to do. You don't have to focus on anything. You don't have to keep your mind silent. You can just go ahead and be exactly who you are, where you are. If you get distracted and you want to get reconnected, just take a deep breath in and out. But yeah, do whatever feels right in this time. During this session, which will last 25 minutes, I will turn the lights down. You'll notice that they move from one color to the next slowly and gently. At no point will they flash or strobe. And I will turn up the music. If you'd like to hear more from our musical creator, she is linked at the bottom of the description, so you can check out her whole catalog, her website, and her YouTube page. So you can go ahead and stream her tunes all day long and feel nice and chill anytime you need. Speaking of which, the distant component. So regardless of where you are or when you're watching this, the energy is available to you. And that's because Reiki energy is not confined to the same dimensional construct that we are. So Reiki can be everywhere all at once at different times where we can't. We can only be in one place at a time. So regardless of when you're watching this video, this energy is here for you to find healing and balance that is perfect for you in this moment. And it's also available regardless of when you happen to want to revisit it. So for those of you who are here live, if you ever feel like you need a Reiki session and I'm not live, go ahead over to our past healing live stream playlist. You've got about 350 plus videos to pick from. Just choose the picture of the crystal grid on the thumbnail and it'll be the perfect one. And you can go ahead and have a healing event anytime you need, anytime you want. And I'm here 5 times a week. So I'm live those same 5 days and times every week. So you can go ahead and subscribe with your notifications on so you hopefully don't miss a notification. And you can go ahead and set your clock to it because it's the same days and times every week. They're listed in the description, as are all the links to my social media and my email newsletter, which is always the first place to find the best deals and things like that on upcoming classes, crystals, and sessions. So this session will last 25 minutes. At the end, you'll hear my voice come back in. I will invite you to take a deep breath in and out. And at that point, I'll reopen the chat and you can ask any questions that you have or share any experiences that were important to you. So thank you so much for being here today. It is an honor and a privilege to share this healing with all of you. And yeah, let's go ahead back and take another look at that grid. Ooh, ta-da! Let's see. It's a little off center. I'm just gonna shift something. I think I'm making it worse. Nope, that's okay. Let me do, oop. Sorry, I didn't mean to fly around quite that quickly. Let's put me here so that you can see more of the grid. There we go. Awesome. Thank you all so much for being here with me. So go ahead, if you haven't hit that like button, do so. Go ahead and get comfy in any way that feels right to you. And I'm going to start sending. Enjoy your session. Yes, it's a beautiful grid today. Thank you all so much for inspiring it. I'll see you all in 25 minutes. Oh, and somebody else came to join. Yeah, we're going to have some healing purrs. Yeah, little Hattie. Okay. So enjoy your session. I invite you now to take a deep breath in and out. Slowly come back to your body. Wiggle your fingers and toes. Thank you so much for being here. If you have any questions or anything to share, go ahead and use the chat. As a reminder, I will be back at 8 p.m. this evening and 8 p.m. on Sunday. Both my Reiki Level 1 and Level 2 classes for August both have room left in them. So if you want to learn more about them, you can go ahead over to learnreikiphiladelphia.com. You still have time to enroll. And I'm so grateful to have this time here with all of you to put together this beautiful grid. So if you have any questions, let me know. Oh, Dexter stayed for this session and had a big yawn when I was finished. Oh, lots of love to you, Craig and Dexter. Thank you, Lori. You have a beautiful weekend too. Lori and Dell, definitely enjoy. I know it's much later where you are than where I am, so enjoy the rest of the evening, sleep well, and have a beautiful weekend. Oh, well said, Patty. See you at 8. I've got 2 sleepy kitties here. Yeah, it is really sweet that Dexter stayed. It's 11 p.m. there, yeah, so not super late, but definitely late. Yeah, definitely stay cool, those of you in the States. My goodness, we're boiling here. So I'm going to go ahead and get ready to bring a stream to a close with an abundance of gratitude. Oh, Del, you were tingling from the soles of your feet to the top of your head. Oh, thank you. May we all walk in beauty indeed. Okay, everyone, have a beautiful rest of your weekend if I don't get to see you. Again, I'm here tonight again at 8 p.m. and Sunday at 8 p.m., all of those East Coast U.S. times. You're so welcome, Lisa, and all of you are so welcome. All the love to you and Lisa, to your whole family. Lots of love to all of you. I hope to see you all again soon. Take care and bye for now.